welcome to JAIR.
Thank you.
And congratulations on your appointment to the Jewish Museum as Director and CEO.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be in the role.
Yeah. So the first question is, what's changed in the 20 years since you left the museum? Because you were at the Jewish Museum 97 to 2005.
Correct.
Yeah. What's changed?
In my life?
No, well, we'll get to that.
Oh,
What's changed
life?
in the museum?
Well, yeah, lots of changes, and then lots has stayed the same.
Yes.
Certainly within the museum and the personnel and the people running it, there's been
a lot of change.
A lot of change. When I was there 20 years ago, Helen Light was the director, and since then there have been 3 people who've been in that role, and each has brought their background, their strengths, their vision to the role.
Yes.
And seen the museum evolve and develop. I think it continues to be, very much outward-facing and inward-facing, serving the wider community, serving our own Jewish community, and being a place, very much on that intersection, which we can talk more about when we're very proud to inhabit. There continues to be a lot of volunteers that are really kind of the powerhouse that keep it running. I guess as our society has evolved, and evolved in inverted commas, I suppose, in the last 2 years very, very dramatically, but there have been lots of kind of social shifts or issues that have come up over the years, and the museum's been a place sort of to continue to explore that and respond.
Now, in that 20-year period, you've been an educator at Jewish schools in Melbourne.
Yeah.
What's the intersection between education and the museum? I would think very close, but
very close.
I'm not sure how you see that working.
Yeah. Well, I see myself as an educator, creating bridges between sort of my subject matter and the audience.
Yeah.
So whether it's in a formal classroom, through writing, because I enjoy doing freelance writing, educating, somewhere like Linwood Oz or other, in schools, or here at the museum, education is very much at the heart of that. And we do run school programs, adult education programs. So we have, I guess, a kind of formal education program. But I think that everything that we do, our exhibitions, our programs, events, they're all forms of, I guess, igniting curiosity, number one. Because I think that's something that's a little bit lacking at the moment, is the quality of curiosity and open-mindedness. So we want people to whet people's appetite through our exhibiting, through our sometimes provocations to get people thinking.
When you talk about people, who are your audiences? Because I think particularly at the moment in Australia, at a time with growing anti-Semitism, one of the issues is who knows about the Jewish community, in the broader community, who knows about Australia's Jewish community? Yeah,
well, I think that's something that we really need to be working on, is getting people to know about us. I think that, some recent surveys have shown just the level of knowledge about the Jewish community is much lower among young people than it is the older generation, and that's something we need to really work hard against. Probably our biggest, when you ask about our audience or our visitors, our biggest group are school groups.
Yeah.
And they come...
And that's non-Jewish school.
Non-Jewish school groups, I should say. We do get visitors from the Jewish schools, which is great, but mostly non-Jewish schools, quite a lot from the Catholic sector, other independent schools or state schools, and we have a whole suite of programs that are sort of designed to meet the curricular needs of those schools, and then also what we think would be of interest and of value. So we certainly are actively targeting students, and then adult groups as well, Jewish schools. So we have different target audiences, and each of those audiences has different needs.
You've got an exhibition on at the moment called Chutzpah. What's that about?
Chutzpah, subtitled Spirit, Recollection, Self.
Right.
Really wonderful, rich, and as I said, also provocative exhibition. It's got 10 artists, all contemporary artists, 5 from Australia, 5 from overseas, international, and I guess all kind of rotating around the question of what does it mean to be a Jewish artist today, what statements are they making. Some are in direct response to the events and the after effects of October 7. Yeah, exactly. Right. And the sort of the pain and the anguish of events, either the events themselves, and particularly sort of Israeli artists, or for Australian Jewish artists, that experience of being doxxed and marginalised. Or there are some works that were created a couple of years before October 7, but we still feel like to exhibit kind of as a Jewish artist and put your name out there does require a degree of strength, chutzpah, boldness that perhaps, a few years ago it didn't. The exhibition was curated by guest curator Alana Kushnir, and it moves literally from darkness to light. So the first sort of physical half space of the exhibition is darkened, dark walls, and really kind of grappling with October 7 and all the issues around that. And then the second half, the walls are white, the pieces are much more upbeat, even humorous and irreverent somewhat. The other side of chutzpah. But it's ultimately, I think, because it's moving from darkness to light, sort of has that message of hopefulness and resilience, and the spirit, as I said, is sort of one of the words about the exhibition.
I often pass the museum on my way here to the studio. What are all the chair frames out the front?
Excellent question. And again, put there
at first I thought maybe you're just clearing some old chairs out, but no, they've been there for quite some time.
They have been there, and they are sort of the first thing you see and a part of our exhibition.
Right.
So they are 91 chairs that were collected from Adass Israel Synagogue after the fire bombing.
Wow.
And from the Beit Midrash, sort of the literally house of learning, but where people study. And the piece is called Shiur, meaning lesson, where we're going.
I wish you good luck. You've got a lot on your plate. Thanks for making time to come across the road to the studio.
Thank you.
And let's keep that going too. Whenever you've got something new, just let us know.
Great. We'll be back.
Terrific.
Welcome. You probably missed us because Shazzy was away for a month, so there's been people ringing and asking questions when are we coming back on. And we're here.
Yay.
Hi. Okay. Shazzy, what have you been watching?
Well, wait, before that, we decided that we're going to start with something that we've had at the end of our list every time we've done this.
Correct.
And so we decided to start with this, and that is about endings of shows and how important they are. Because, you can watch something and then be so disappointed by the ending, or the opposite. You can think that was perfect. So today we're going to talk about our best and worst endings. And I know for a fact that one of Rosie's best endings is probably my worst.
Is that funny?
So take it away, Rosie.
So I thought, do you remember watching Sin Elsewhere? Well, if you're old, Sin Elsewhere, the ending was, and this is...
It was a hospital drama.
And it went on, it was quite a few seasons.
It was great. Denzel Washington got his start there.
There you go.
Yeah.
It was, anyway, the ending was, I thought it was brilliant. The family sing around, there's an autistic boy, and he's shaking a snow globe, and he's looking in, and you actually see this in Elsewhere Hospital. And I thought, now that's a really satisfying. It was all
because
in
it was
mind.
all in his mind.
I love that.
Okay, but me as the English teacher, all it did was remind me of the endings that I told my students they were never allowed to do, and they were never allowed to write this sentence at the end. And then I woke up because that is a cop-out ending. It means you don't know how to finish it, so you just pretend it was all a dream. It was done in Dallas or something.
Can't remember what it was.
One of those shows. Yeah. It was also. It was.
Oh yeah, that's of course. No, it was done with was it Dallas or one of the where Bobby
the one with Larry
came back
Hagman.
into the shower and he was alive.
That's
yeah,
it.
That's
right.
it. Okay.
So for me, that was the worst.
So what was your favourite?
My best would be the ending to 6 Feet Under.
Yeah, no,
that was the show about. It was a show about a family of funeral directors had a funeral home. It's absolutely brilliant. Each episode would start with a death, and then they would have the dates of the character who had died, birth to death. I don't want to spoil it because maybe some of you will go and see Six Feet Under, but the way that ending was done and...
No, I agree. That would have been my second. No, it probably is mine. That was the most
It really was
incredible
the best
final.
ending I've ever seen. Anyway, okay, now we can go on to...
Okay.
Yes, so you tell me, what are you
Oh
watching?
my God, I've been watching quite a lot lately and recommending. But okay,
Yep.
so North Shore on Netflix.
I haven't seen most of what Rosie's got here, so yeah.
All right, so I remember, with Joanna Fogarty.
Oh yes, I like her.
Yeah, she was, the first time I saw her was in Upstairs, what was it, the Upstairs Downton? No,
Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey, okay. She's come a long way, looks a lot different. Anyway, so very good, I'd recommend that one. Now, We Were Liars on Prime.
Isn't it a teenage show or something?
I thought this is the biggest schmutt I've seen, like it was rubbish. I kept watching it because somebody wrote, oh, it's really good, it gets really, so I thought I'd go to the end.
I know, but there are always different.
actually was terrific, and so I would recommend it. So if you started and thought it was a bit of rubbish, keep going because the ending, I don't want to give too much away, it all sort of comes together very good. Squid Games you don't like.
Oh, I've never watched it.
Season 3 Squid Games on Netflix. A new season.
Hang on, are you happy with it? Is it good?
Oh, always brilliant. It's brilliant.
Okay,
Brilliant.
all right.
Korean at its best. Okay, there's a new series called Smoke on Apple TV, which I started watching last night with
Who's in that?
the guy.
Somebody I like. I remember seeing it. I wanna
Tarragon.
watch.
Tarragon.
Oh no, Taron Egerton.
That's it.
Who played Elton John in Rocket Man, but he was great in that Apple TV series called Blackbird,
That's
which is
it. He was
brilliant. If you
fabulous
haven't
in that.
seen it, it's about a criminal who is placed in a jail cell with a serial killer so that he can discover the secrets of the serial killer and where he's left
And it
his
was based
victims.
on a true story, I believe.
Yeah, and both of them won Emmys.
Okay.
Great show.
Yes, he was in that.
So Smoke must be good too.
So I've only just started last night, and I think it looks like it's going to be a good one.
Okay.
Department Q. Did we talk about Department Q on Netflix or not?
We
last
may
night?
have mentioned it, but I did want to say Department Q, which is a little bit similar in sense to Slow Horses in the fact that the protagonist is slobby and sort of like doesn't care so much.
Yes.
But it actually comes from a series of Danish movies. And I happened to watch one of those because a friend of mine had the DVD. I don't know if it's available. It's called The Keeper of Lost Causes.
Okay.
But what I found interesting about it was, the two protagonists is the lead, Karl Malk, whatever his name is, and then he has a Syrian assistant who's very, very serious. But the one in the Danish is even better.
Really?
He's amazing. Yeah, he really stole the show. So that's just a little anecdote about...
All right, I thought that was
Department
probably
Q.
the highlight so far this year, Department Q. That's how good I thought it was.
Yeah, I still preferred The City Is Ours and...
Oh, and Moblands.
Yeah,
Those two.
I really like those. I mean, I like crime dramas. So
And they were the two best this year.
They were,
true.
for me, they were the two best. So This City Is Ours.
On Stan, and Moblands was on?
Paramount. And
Oh, no,
that's
was it
coming
Paramount?
out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's coming out. That's with Pierce Brosnan, Helen Mirren, and Tom Hardy, who's brilliant.
The Survivors, have you watched that one?
I have.
What did you think?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
See, another one started off a bit and then it
Yeah, I
just
know.
got better
It's a
and
good
better.
Aussie drama.
Yeah. Maybe just the beginning when they speak.
So as I always say, it really takes a couple of episodes before you start to get into something. I mean, sometimes it's like
Department
straight away.
Q, before that first 10 minutes, I was absolutely...
But I like to give a couple of...
All
anyway,
right.
yeah.
So Survivors on Netflix, recommended. Waterfront on Netflix, have you watched?
Haven't watched it yet.
Okay, another same thing.
I've heard
Started
mixed
off-
reviews.
Yeah, no, it actually got better and better, so I would definitely recommend that one. The Secrets We Keep on Netflix.
Okay, so that's a Danish series, and I have a little anecdote. I hope I have enough time to tell it, but it's really interesting for me. So many years ago, I was watching a Danish TV series, and there was an actor on it who said a few words in English, and he sounded so Aussie. So I thought, oh my God, I need to find out whether he's ever been in Australia. So I befriended him on Facebook, and I sent him a message, like as if he's going to answer, but anyway, saying, have you ever been in Australia? And I got a personal message back saying, no, I haven't, but I'd really like to one day. And I was thrilled. So ever since then, whenever I see this actor's name, Simon Sears, I feel like I've got this personal connection.
Okay. And
He was the husband in Secrets We Keep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the other thing I loved about it, I mean, it was a good story. But the house they lived in, oh
The
my gosh.
incredible.
And the outdoor area, I was just like blown away by it.
Absolutely magnificent. Loved it. And the
Yeah.
other thing, so we
Okay,
are
yeah.
out of time, but part 2 is coming up
Yes.
next. So
Don't go away.
Don't go away. Thank you very much for joining us and for missing us, and we'll be right back with part 2. Welcome back to part 2. I didn't introduce my co-host, Shazzy.
Oh, that's okay.
Swaitlo, and I'm Rosi Meltzer, and we're back with part 2. We're going to talk about.
We're going to talk about a few shows that have been around for a while.
Oldies, goodies.
Oldies but goodies that you can actually access now. Some of them not so old. I wanted to talk about 3 shows that may appeal to people. The first one is called Community. And it is an American comedy. It's very short episodes. It's set in an adult community college. And Chevy Chase is in it. The characters are hilarious. It's a really, really funny, good series to watch. That's on Foxtel. Then on Max, there's a series called The Other Two. And it's about a family where the youngest brother becomes like a Justin Bieber. Like, completely skyrockets, and these are the other two, the sister and the brother, that want to kind of cash in on his fame.
I never heard of either of those series.
Yeah,
but they
really
sound
good. Well, it was in it was reviewed in the Grand Guide the other day and given
okay.
5 stars. I always like it when I think something is good and then it's, you know,
It gets the same stars.
yeah, it's validated. And along, oh no, I'll talk about that film after. Anyway, the other series that I think that people would like, if you're into prison dramas, which I am.
Yes.
It's a series called Oz.
I remember
It's from 1997. It's available on Paramount. What's interesting about it is that there are a whole lot of actors from Law and Order who are playing completely different roles. So J.K. Simmons, who is a psychiatrist, he plays a white supremacist Nazi. Elliot Stabler plays this criminal tattooed.
Oh wow!
Yeah, the woman from Criminal Intent. You know, the little one with the guy that goes like that.
Yeah, with the orangey hair.
Yeah. She plays a mother who has killed her children and is sitting on death row.
Oh wow!
The other psychiatrist, the Asian psychiatrist from Law and Order, he plays a priest. Edie Falco plays a prison guard.
And it's Oz, O-Z.
O-Z, and it's fantastic, but it's tough as.
What's
it's
it
not
on?
for the faint-hearted.
What's it on?
Paramount. I mean, the things I saw there that
put
I
that on my
never would imagine. Luke Perry's in it. Like, it's really good.
Like my
Very,
older ones
very
are things
good.
like, I never saw the whole West Wing series, which everyone don't see.
Oh, yeah, that was fabulous.
That was good. Like things like Suits, Mad Men, all these things are still around and they're fantastic. Like they're all interesting.
Yeah. 6 Feet Under.
6 Feet Under.
Yeah.
So there's plenty still on that
Yep.
can be seen, but I haven't written down where they're on, but that is just using the Just Watch app. All right, other things we're watching. at the
Yeah, so
moment.
there's a series that I only heard about because I watched the BAFTA Awards. Otherwise, I hadn't heard about it. And both the lead actor and the supporting actor won BAFTAs for this. It's called Mr. Loverman, and it's with. Do you know who Lenny James is?
No.
The British actor. You
No,
probably do.
I see him, Mr.
But
Loverman.
it's this beautiful story about this man who has had his best friend. This guy is his lover and has been for years, even though he's been married.
Oh,
and he's
interesting.
trying to leave his wife to be
Okay.
with the best friend, but it's very hard after all these years. And they speak in this Caribbean accent. So
What's it on?
It's good. It's on Foxtel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Poker Face, I know he spoke briefly
That's
about
on
it.
Stan.
That's on Stan. It's very clever the way they do it. So the opening scene is always something in the future, and then she all of a sudden, what's her name, the actress?
Natasha Lyon. Yeah, so
it's
they'll
a
show a series of events that lead up to a murder.
That's right.
And then,
She's sort of
halfway
inserted.
through the show
It's
almost,
really clever.
she's introduced, her character's introduced and what her connection is. So there's all this behind the scenes things that we haven't seen before that
like
kind of
it. I think it
comes
reminds me of
together.
6 Feet Under a bit, where you've got a whole thing happening, and then it's like something
And she's
else.
like Columbo. Her skill is that she can tell if somebody's lying or not.
Oh,
she
yes, that's the main
absolutely
thing,
knows,
yes.
yeah.
She's like a
She
human...
knows.
lie detector test.
Yeah,
She's great.
exactly, exactly.
The other thing that somebody recommended was the rehearsal. I know you're not into reality shows,
No.
but I don't understand where this guy gets his budget. Like, just in one scene alone, they had to recreate a whole bar. So it's him. He tries to help people in situations. And he does this whole investigation of them. Like, he'll follow them, he'll ask questions, he'll find out. And he recreated a bar that this person was going to confront somebody in. We're talking like a budget. I just don't understand. I was trying to find out where this guy.
This is what I don't know.
It's very. It's quite very, and it goes off track.
Yeah.
It goes off track. So I've only watched a few episodes, but if you like something different, and it gets an 8.6 rating, the rehearsal on.
I don't know.
Don't know either.
But I also wanted to tell you about a series that I'm watching on SBS, an Italian series called La Storia. And I'm really enjoying
good feedback
it.
I've had. I haven't watched it.
You have?
I've heard great
it's
feedback.
It's really good. It's set during the Second World War, and it's a sumptuous story about, partisans and etc. I'm just having a look what the IMDb is. 7.2. It's pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now there's some good things coming. The Gilded Age season 3, I think, starts soon. I think that is maybe Paramount. I don't remember.
I think so. Yes, it is Paramount.
And that's really good. That's season 3 and 18. If you're into Yellowstone and 1883, 1923, and all the rest.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of those.
That is superior. It is so well done.
I watched the first season of Yellowstone. That was enough.
Can I tell you? I think 1883, 1923 were even better.
Okay, well then,
and you can watch them independently. In fact, it'd probably be interesting watching chronologically, even though the others were made after Yellowstone. I would start with 1883, and the cast. I mean, there's some incredible cast members in it. So that's coming. Don't know when, but it's coming soon.
There's a show I'm really looking forward to because I know that a lot of Seriously members love Nicola Walker, as I do too.
Yes, what's she coming to?
She's going to be in a new series called Alice and Steve. So she plays Alice, and Steve is played by a New Zealand actor called Jermaine Clements, who is brilliant. I absolutely love him. He was in a show called Flight of the Conchords, which was about a New Zealand duo living in New York. Hilarious. And he also created What We Do in the Shadows, which is about a bunch of domestic vampires living in their own home, which I also loved. I loved it.
That's I'm not so into, but...
Oh, no, it's very funny. Very funny.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
just off track, we saw an interesting play last week, Julia, based on...
Yes, I've seen it.
Brilliant.
About Julia Gillard.
What a speech she makes.
Oh, that speech is classic.
I wanted to Google it.
Worthwhile Seeing with Justine Clark. It's the second...
That's it. I couldn't remember her last name.
Showing.
Correct. It's come back to Melbourne for the second season.
I'm actually seeing Hades Town on Wednesday night, which should be interesting.
Where is it on at?
In the city. It's one of these musicals that won quite a few Tonys, and it's based
Hades Town, I like musicals. Okay.
It's based on Greek mythology.
Oh, okay. Oh!
That's it. Wow, we just talk and
just goes. Okay, we will be back whenever we'll be back. But okay. Thank you for showing, for coming.
Bye.
Bye.